Hey guys, how's it going? It's a little under the weather the past week or so. The whole week, a little under the weather. But I'm trying to get better, and I am better for the most part, 95%. I just want to go over some stuff again that we just kind of make a video and then forget about it. Bacon wrote Don Quixote. And I know the Ghosts of Bacon podcast, which is really awesome. He wrote a book that's coming out soon about how Sir Walter Raleigh wrote Don Quixote, and I'm very interested to read it because of all the evidence showing that Bacon wrote it. Okay, you can see in this essay called "Who Wrote Don Quixote" by Francis Carr, Carr. You can see all these examples here. And we need to look at the Shelton English transition of Don Quixote, and not any of the other modern ones that kind of mess it up. And you can see all these phrases are in everything. All is not gold that glistereth is in Don Quixote, but it's also in Francis Bacon's Promise, the 92nd entry, and it's in The Merchant of Venice. Okay? Also, one swallow makes not a summer. All three have that same quote. And you can see all these different examples. God in St. George, of course, in Henry VI and Richard III, but then Cervantes says it too. Might overcomes right, might overcomes right. Oh God, that might should overcome this right. Okay, there's 70 examples of this. And this is just my Instagram going over part of it. You can pause it and pause the video and read that stuff, or you can click the essay in the link. Yeah, the nearer the church, the further from God. Yep, that's a good one. Let's see, and the devil lurks behind the cross. That's interesting because Christianity is a big false religion that goes against everything that Jesus said, just like Nietzsche says. Nietzsche says the church is precisely what Jesus preached against and what he taught his disciples to fight. Okay, so take that for what it is. Murder will speak, murder will out. As an egg is like another, we are almost as like as eggs. The honorificabilitudinitatibus, as we know, is a love labor's lost. And we're going to get into that word actually. It adds up to 287, okay, which is a big clue for Frau Rosie Cross. But we're going to get into something else in a minute as well. And you see Bacon's Northumberland manuscript says honorificabilitudin. So it's like almost the same as that. And then in Cervantes it has Sorbonoficabilitudinitatis. I don't know if I said that right, but anyway, you get the idea. Yeah, Who Wrote Don Quixote by Francis Carr. Amazing, mind-blowing essay. So I played 200 hours of Starfield and it's really good. But after all this space and cyberpunk and futuristic stuff, I started playing Red Dead Redemption 2 again for the third time, and it's still just immaculate. Like, if there's any game that's 99% perfect, Red Dead Redemption 2 takes the crown. Okay? Some more of my AI art. Let's see, where am I going with this? Oh yeah, y'all already seen that. We already know that the New Atlantis in Starfield is referencing Sir Francis Bacon's The New Atlantis book, because Francis Bacon is, what is he again, y'all? Let's go. The Freemasons know Shakespeare is Francis Bacon, and Francis Bacon is the founder of modern day Freemasonry. He's almost like the Aquarius Age Messiah. He created language with the Shakespeare plays and the King James Bible. He was the editor of that. He created the first novel, Don Quixote, created the scientific method. We can just go on and on and on, okay, of how influential this guy is. And there's all these hints in the plays saying that my real name is not, the one getting the praise, but he's still okay with it, and he knew that would have to be the way it is. Before we get into that, here's some more from the Bacon Shakespeare Parallelisms by Edwin Reed. All the same ideas, same quotes. How frost burns, says Francis Bacon, And then Hamlet says frost itself is actively doth burn. You know, all of these similar ideas. And of course, they're in the same time period. And it says, put no confidence in princes in Bacon's notebooks. But then Shakespeare says, oh, how wretched is that poor man that hangs on princes' favors. Same exact ideas, y'all. Okay? Yada, yada, yada. Out of God's blessing into the warm sun. In King Lear, it says, thou out of heaven's benediction comest the warm sun. Yep. And here's one of my favorites that kind of describes the left, okay? And yes, I mean left wing. I'm not right or left. Both have their problems. Here's one of the problems with the left. Bacon says, he who thinks no evil is easily deceived. So that's, like saying if you don't have street smarts, you need to get them. Because just because you're good, just because you think everyone is nice and peaceful, doesn't mean everyone else is. And that's why Republicans like gun rights. Because they don't trust other people, nor do they have to. Okay, so a lot of liberals are thinking, well, if we just take away guns, everyone will be good. No, there's still going to be murders, rapists, thieves, everything bad in that's ever happened will still happen. They will just get it by illegal means. I don't want to get into politics. But yeah, great book, Bacon Shakespeare Parallelisms by Edwin Reed. Go read it. Let's do some gematria real quick. 2701 we all know is the value of Genesis 1:1 in Hebrew. Bereshit bara Elohim et hashamayim ve'et haaretz. 888 is Jesus in Greek, and 1480 is Christ in Greek. Okay? So what do we get when we multiply Genesis times Jesus? 2701 times 888. 2,398,488. Now just add those up. 2 plus 398 plus 488 equals 888. So Genesis times Jesus essentially equals Jesus. Now you might think that's a coincidence until you just multiply it by Christ and find the same exact thing. 2701 times 1480. 3,997,480. 3 plus 997 plus 480 is 1480. Okay? God's given us clues left and right, but we're too brainwashed to think the Bible's scientific at all. You have Christians saying the world is 7,000 years old, making the rest of us look dumb, digging up dinosaur bones and say, oh, God put that there to test your faith. No, science, truth does not ever go, truth trumps your propagandized version of what reality is. Okay, and I'm actually about 100 pages. I'm finally finishing typing my book. I think it'll only be 150 pages, but each page is basically something really crazy and awesome. And let's take a look. This is a 1-minute video that I posted by Alan Green. Let's see.
Speed in the sonnets. It occurs 3 times. Once in 50, twice in 51. Do a search on the word light. Multiply together, divide speed into light. Do a search on pyramids. You'll see it occurs just once in 1, 2, 3. But he's working in Egyptian cubits, so to convert to meters, multiply by pi over 6. Here's your answer. No one even gets close to this number for another 300 years yet. 99.84% accurate, and it's not a fluke. He uses the exact same equation for speed of sound, distance of Earth to Moon, Earth to Sun, Sun to Mars.
Isn't that incredible? Why isn't this on the cover of Time? Because the secret societies who run the world know Bacon was the founder of Freemasonry and know that if any of this stuff got out, then everything else just crumbles. It's a foundation of sand, okay? And it's beginning to show its cracks, okay? Anytime you post something too truthful, you won't go viral. But if you post some cat, falling off of a couch, you'll get 2 million hits. That's the kind of culture we live in, y'all. And it's okay. It's gonna be all right. Here's another alien invasion Bible verse, Jeremiah 5:15. I will bring a nation upon you from afar. It is a mighty nation. It's an ancient nation, a nation whose language thou knowest not, neither understandest what they say. So if this is prophecy, not just some historical Bible stuff like skeptic Christians think, this is a future prophecy. And so if every language is Googleable, how come we wouldn't know what language they speak? It could only be, in the age of information where every language is Googleable, say that 5 times fast, who could this prophecy possibly referring to except the return of the ancient Nephilim, the giants of old? Okay? That's who it's talking about. Okay? Just like that other verse, Isaiah 13:5, saying they come from the end of heaven to destroy the nations. The end of heaven means the end of space. That's the Hebrew word for space. A nation comes from the edge of space. This is all alien invasion prophecies, okay? Christian, God is good. Atheist, God's evil. Me, Yahweh is Satan, but Jesus is good. Okay? And not the whole Old Testament, just most of it. Anytime you see God killing kids in Numbers 31, Deuteronomy 28, Isaiah 13, that's Satan, y'all. That's not your loving Jesus' dad, okay? And Christians say astrology is superstition, but then you have the Catholics saying, say 10 Hail Marys whenever you sin. That's superstition, okay? Astrology is science. And I know because I can predict people's signs a lot of the time. Liberal, Christianity is evil and let Muslims believe what they want. Muslims, we are also against homosexuality. Liberal, they never talk about that. Don't want to talk about that. Here's some more cool AI art. And yeah, I'm still worried about AI taking over the world. But as far as art, I think it's just subjective. Just type some words and say, New Orleans in the future, cyberpunk. Then you get that. Excuse me. Or you type aliens, Hieronymus Bosch, that famous artist, and you get that. It's crazy. You type 2 words, you get the craziest things. Or you type, William Shakespeare, trippy, flowers, then you get that. I use the Discord app and the Midjourney bot. The Midjourney bot on Discord app. Get it on your phone, online, whatever. Or you can do like steampunk pistol, and it'll show you that. Isn't that beautiful and awesome? It's so cool. And a lot of times I'll type like Shakespeare play, horror, creatures, or something, and get these really cool images. Anyway, it's just eye candy, and I like it. I like it a lot. Okay, y'all. Let's see. Now, as far as we were going to talk about, Honorificabilitudinitatibus. So, let me scroll a little more. Oh yeah, I've been like binge watching Deep Space Nine while I'm sick, y'all. I grew up with The Next Generation, like that's my thing, The Next Generation with Picard. But Deep Space Nine is so good. It's a little darker too, and I never grew up with it, so there's 170 episodes, so yeah, I was binging that while I was sick. And then on one of my favorite episodes, like the beginning, he walks into a room labeled 210. So of course I was like, oh, another sign. So there's a lot of synchronicities while I'm watching that, and even playing Red Dead Redemption 2 while I'm watching this on the side or whatever, because I multitask. And a lot of crazy stuff's happening. Like, that is inexplicable. Yeah, and I'm having I'm reading my transits here, and a lot of stuff, a lot of stress right now. But when I read my transit, it explains everything. It's like, okay, that is what I've been feeling. Thank you for putting it into words. Astrology is a science, but it's the science of your mind and your soul and your body, because it talks about your health too. But anyway, yeah, these dumb debates, I make my little comments. Atheists debate religious people, just back and forth, the same garbage. So I made some comments. If science keeps ignoring gematria, then they'll always think religion's unscientific. And then they say, well, Old Testament's evil. How is that your basis for morality? And I say, well, he was Satan, and Jesus spoke against the Old Testament 6 times in Matthew 5. And he says scientists don't know anything about the Bible's secret and read things on a surface level. Which is true too. Obviously. So yeah, I do that kind of stuff when I'm bored because I'm a dork and no one else will do it. Or at least not do it right. Yeah, here's some memes I made. My body, my choice, or forced vaccines. Pick one. Finally decides to believe in God, but then believes the church. Guns are bad, just call police, but defund the police at the same time. How does that work? Believe the Bible, celebrate Christmas. Anyway, just obvious stuff like that. Jesus says, believe on him who sent me. He said, believe to the Father, pray to the Father. The Father's greater than I am. We take a look at the book of Mark, the oldest gospel, around 60 AD. Never mentions Jesus as a deity. Mark 16, the last chapter, the last couple verses are added on, so he never really did ascend literally, according to the book of Mark. But by the time John came around in 80 or 90 AD, Jesus is like the Father and I are one. All that kind of stuff started cropping up because the interpretation of Jesus changed. Okay? We are all sons of God, according to the Bible. And we will be like him once we see him as he is during the end times. Crazy. Crazy, y'all. Here we go. Yeah, Hunting, the Liberal, yeah. Red Dead Redemption 2. Oh yeah, Gematria. or Bacon ciphers. Where to go? Okay. Reading the book Bacon and Shakespeare, of course. Let's see. Where is that? Where would I put in it? Oh yeah. So, Honorificabilitudinitatibus, obviously, is a code word, and it's 287. But here's the trippy part. If you rearrange the words, it's Latin. It's he Ludi F Baconis Nati Tuiti Orbi, which means these plays, he Ludi, F Bacon's offspring, which is Nati, Tuiti Orbi, preserved for the world. Like world is orb, because it's round. Okay? So that's one thing. That's one massive clue. But we see Honorificabilitudinitatibus is on page 136 of the first folio, and it's the 151st word. Now, how do we get those numbers? By just using this. Well, you take the value of the initial letters, H, L, F, B, N, T, O, right here, and that's 73. And then the terminal letters are the letters at the end, I, S, I. So right here. And what is that? 63. So 73 plus 63 is 136. And it's on page 136 of the first folio. The biggest, most important word ever. And now, let's see. So that explains why it's on that page, on that line. The word, it's just like Karl Marx the code. The monument's shape tells you why it is where it is. Okay? Just like we saw with the sonnets. The number of stanzas in the sonnets are 17. The number of lines are 70. The number of stanzas are a triangular number, -1. The number of lines in the whole sonnets are a triangular number, -1, because the pyramid is missing the top, the head, the very, very top. The number of words in the sonnets are a triangular number, -1. The number of words, including the dedication and the titles, is a triangular number, -1. And all the words totally, everything, is 12 times 12 times 12 times 12. So you got 4 triangles and a base, which create a pyramid. Okay, this is all Alan Green's. Even the number of characters, the commas, the punctuations, everything 90,951. Triangular number minus 1. Just like Genesis 1 is 2701. When you add it up, it's a triangular number. But Bacon is doing, with the help of John Dee, a genius magician, basically the Tempest's Prospero, he helped him, mathematician. Yeah. So yeah, just watch Alan Green's videos. It's insane. Okay. And then I did, this is the Shakespeare Bible Code. We all know about that. And how I'm the one who found all the other plays. The main guy who wrote it, who passed away a couple years ago, he found Hamlet, and Macbeth next to Shakespeare. Okay? Like, hey, mem lamed tet, Hamlet, mem kuf vet tough, Macbeth. Okay? Whereas I found the rest. Me. Okay? Sorry, I'm trying to find that part, y'all. Where did it go? Where did you go, Cotton Joe? Just as a, quick recap. Oh yeah, here's Stonehenge. It's a circle and it's 60 outer stones. A circle is 360, so 360 times 60 is 21,600. Stonehenge is located 51 degrees, 10 minutes, 42.35 seconds north of the equator of Earth. Just multiply 51 times 10 times 42.35, 21,600. The structure itself tells you why it is where it is, y'all. Just like Honorificabilitudinitatibus, page 136, line 151. There's all these hidden secrets, y'all. And it's like, there ain't enough time. There's no more time to go over it all. Okay? We're nearing the end of time. And it's not just faith that makes blessed at this point. It's truth. People say, well, just have faith. Well, do you have faith in Santa Claus? Do you have faith that everyone will be saved even though there's predestination? Do you have faith in Easter bunnies? If you don't have truth, your faith is misguided. That's the whole point. You could be a nice person, a nice little old grandma, the nicest thing in the world. But if you're worshiping the wrong Jesus, then you gotta worry. I'm not saying I'm worshiping the right Jesus. I just know which one not to worship. And he's not blonde hair, blue-eyed. He's from the friggin' Middle East. And you can see right now the Middle East is I feel so sorry for them. And we can just sit here alone in America and be bored while they have to worry about bombs going off. We are so privileged. The people who say people are privileged are usually the most privileged. Okay. So, back to the Bible Code. My original stuff. This guy, the original, writer of the Bible Codes, found Shakespeare. He found Hamlet and Macbeth. I'm the one who found Bacon. Right there. Okay. Vet, het, nun, Bacon. Bet, kuf, nun, Bacon. And they're all equidistant. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Whereas this is 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. Still equidistant for their own relative names. And I found Caesar next to Shakespeare. Sin, sein, Reich. All equidistants. Caesar. And I found Romeo 3 times. Resh, mem, aleph, vav, hey. Resh, mem, aleph, yud, vav, hey. Resh, mem, vav, hey. Vav is silent. So Romeo. Romeo. Where art thou, Romeo? Then I found King Lear. Lamed, yud, resh. Lamed, yud, resh. Lear. This guy, he's right. The Bible Code is real. Then I found Henry, King Henry the 4th, the 5th, and the 6th. Hey nun resh, hey nun resh, hey nun resh yud. Henry. He didn't find the stuff I did, so there's something going on because I'm corroborating his discoveries by finding the exact same types of discoveries. King Richard II, King Richard III, right here. Resh yud, resh dalit, Richard, or Riard. Resh Tzadi, hey Resh Dalid, Ritzard, and then Resh Tzadi Dalid, Ritzad. It's all Richard. Crazy. Titus, tet tet sin, right next to Shakespeare. It's right there. Troilus and Cressida, kuf resh zayin, vav dalet, Cressida, right there next to Shakespeare. Timon of Athens, tet mem nun, equidistance, Timon. Francis, here's where it gets interesting. Now Francis isn't equidistant, but on this whole page right here, on the whole thing, these are the only times these 5 these 5 letters, those are the only times they ever touch, and it's within Shakespeare. You don't see Francis over here, you don't see Francis over there, it's only here. And trust me, I looked at all, I highlighted each letter and looked myself manually, the old school way, because I don't have Bible code software. I'm literally doing it like the ancient old school Kabbalists. Okay? So, what do we got? So Shakespeare is green, and then we have William on top. Vav, Yud, Lamed, Vav, Mem. Also right here, Vav, Yud, Lamed, Vav, Mem. As we said, Vav can be silent, so William. Also here, William. So William Shakespeare. Okay? But who runs Shakespeare? Pun intended. You see how Francis is kind of like arms right here? Fe, Resh, Sin, Sin, Nun. So Francis, not in order, but it's the same letters that would make up the name Francis. Well, it's not in order. Well, I looked at every other single portion of that thing. This whole thing right here, at no other point on that page do you see those letters ever connect whatsoever. And also you don't want them connect because they won't, if you don't want them to be equidistant, because it won't look like a running arms and a pair of legs. Fe, Resh, Nun, Sin, Sin. Francis is the legs. Francis runs William Shakespeare. And Bacon makes it into a pyramid structure. Once again, the Bible code is saying it knows that Shakespeare is Bacon. Hallelujah. This is when preachers say hallelujah. Like me and Ryan Plaster, I've talked about a number of times, not enough. He and I are the only ones who bring God into the equation. He and I are the only ones who understand the implications of Bacon being Shakespeare. Oh, well, that's cool. He's just some philosopher pretending to be a writer. No. He's the founder of Freemasonry, passing down Egyptian holy knowledge by making the sonnets into a pyramid structure with the missing capstone. He is part of the Rosicrucian Brotherhood that God foretold in the Bible code. Okay? No one knows this but me. I'm the only one who's seen Francis Bacon as Shakespeare in the Bible code. And I found all the other plays you just saw. No one else has done it. And look at all the other stuff I've done over the past 14 years. Of course it would be me to find this kind of stuff. It's not meant for anyone else. Okay? And yes, I'm going to be mentioning some of the stuff in the book. Oh yeah, here's the cream and the cake. There's Shakespeare once again. Shakespeare. Fe, Resh, Nun, Sin, Mem. Free Mason. Mem, Sin, Nun. Free Mason. Yeah. There we go. What was he, a Rosicrucian? Rosy Cross? Resh, Sin, Cuff, Resh, Sin. Rosy Cross. They're all connected. Only in Shakespeare's name. And then we get the Oxfordians or whatever. I found De Vere right here. Dalid Bet. Resh De Vere. So maybe De Vere is part of it. I don't know why Alan Green is so fixed on De Vere. He did find the 624 codes and all that stuff. But there's 100 more codes. There's 10 codes for Bacon for every 1 code there is for De Vere. So maybe Bacon was in charge and De Vere helped him out. He was like the secretary. That's all I can think of. Okay? And then, of course, I had to find myself. And I found Villars 15 times on this page. Vav, Yud, Lamed, Resh, Sin. Villars, whatever. And then Fargi, the name I was born with. Fe, Resh, Gimel. Fargi, right there. And then Alan is my middle name, so Aleph, Lamed, Nun. Aleph, Lamed, Nun. Aleph, Lamed, Nun. Aleph, Lamed, Nun. Alan's everywhere. And then the weird one was my Hawaiian name, Kawelo Elihi. Kuf, Vav, Lamed, Hey, Lamed, Yud, Yud. Kavelo Haley. Like Lee, 2 yuds, because EE is 2 I's in English. So anyway, of course my name's going to be tied to the Shakespeare thing, because I'm the one who found him in the Bible code. Not Shakespeare, but the Baconis Shakespeare codes. What's more important than finding Hamlet or Macbeth, or Timon of Athens, or Cressida, or Romeo, or Lear, or Henry, is finding your own friggin' name next to it too. Oh yeah, and then Ben, just right there. There's a lot of vet nuns. Here's no, that's vet. You know, there's Ben, Allen, Coelho, E. Fargi, or Villars. And now, okay, I think I'll end it on one last thing, and then we can, let's just end it on this one, y'all. Again, sorry for my handwriting, but it's just, you gotta do it manually sometimes, okay? Friedrich Nietzsche, A is 1, B is 2, C is 3, etc. Adds up to 189. Cool. What does my name add up to? Benjamin Allen Villars. Adds up to 189. Sweet. I thought, okay, that's pretty cool. That's awesome. Thanks, God. Got you. Then I looked at our date of birth, because I'm an astrologer, because that's what God made me. Also, it has Uranus in the 10th house. Uranus is ruled by Aquarius. The 10th house is your career. So Aquarius is the sign of astrology, so it says I'll be a good astrologer. Anyway, unless it's all just coincidence. My 1,000 videos are just coincidence. October 15th, 1844, spelled out, adds up to 388. Cool. February 10th, 1987, my birthday, adds up to 388. That is a huge, huge confirmation, y'all. Who else would not only fulfill this stuff, but have the curiosity to discover it? Me. This isn't me tooting my own horn. I would toot my own horn if I told you to only buy my book, have a Patreon, blah, blah, blah. And I am going to start doing that, by the way. Like, I have a little crappy Patreon, but I don't really post much, because I just do it on YouTube for free. Because, again, I don't want to have people pay for something that will change their lives. If it's mind-blowing and it makes you confirm God, I'll tell you for free. But if you want to donate, have at it. Good for you. Thank you so much. And so then I kind of confirm it on the bottom. Say, well, Quetzalcoatl was born 1168 according to the Toltec prophecy. Those Mayan similar culture, very similar to the Mayan, same astrological calendars. And he'll be reborn the 13th era of that 676-year cycle. So 52 times 13 is 1844. So 1844 through 1896 is the 13th era. And that's precisely Nietzsche's lifespan, 1844 through 1900. Okay? Cool. So 1844 says not only Jesus comes back, October of 1844, which is when Nietzsche was born, precisely, out of a 2,300-year prophecy, but another prophecy, according to Jose Arguelles and others, because Quetzalcoatl keeps being reincarnated, hint, hint, Quetzalcoatl was also born 947 to 999. That was his lifespan then. And will be reborn 1,040 years later, which is another 52. 52 is an incredibly holy number for the Mayans. So 52 times 20 cycles is 1987. That's me. So, a Quetzalcoatl reincarnation, me, discovers Nietzsche was Quetzalcoatl in this previous life, and also has the same exact gematria values in English. Same name, same birthday, gematria in numerology, whatever you want to call it. God works with numbers. He works with prophecy. He works through us. We just got to make sure it's not Satan working through us, like some of y'all Christians want to claim. Oh, numbers are the devil. Then why does God say in the book of Revelation, the number of a man is 666? He who has wisdom, count the number of his name. It doesn't say he who has wisdom, never look at the numbers. He who has wisdom, call it numbers Satan. Why is 666, 2701, which is Genesis 1:1, 276, which is the number of souls saved in the book of Acts, 153, the number of fish Jesus caught? Why are all four of those numbers perfect triangular numbers? Because God's real, and we're just catching up to him. Okay? It's the age of Aquarius, y'all. And by Aquarius, I mean the age of technology and the end of Pisces faith. Because the mark of the beast comes with the age of Aquarius. Okay? That's why in the constellation Aquarius you see an eye in the center of the head, because that represents the death of the pineal gland coming. Okay? It's the mark of the beast. All right. I thought I would end it there, but here's another good one we have to remind y'all of. The beast which I saw was like unto a leopard. His feet were as the feet of a bear. His mouth was as the mouth of a lion. That's all Revelation 13, right? Oh, and Hosea 13 says the same thing about Yahweh. Different video. And the dragon gave him his power and his authority. Well, if you look up Draco, there's the dragon. Next to the bear, Ursa Major. Next to the small lion, Leo Minor. Next to the lion. The leopard is small lion. Next to Leo the lion. Okay. Psalm 19, the heavens declare the glory of God. End of story. Oh, here's another one. Revelation 12. Behold, a great red dragon, Draco. His tail drew a third of the stars of heaven and did cast them down. Okay, well, which ones? Well, the Sagittarius archer is the white horse who comes with the bow. The Scorpio sting is the red horse with the sword who takes away peace. The sword is the sting of the scorpion tail. The Libra scales is the black horse who comes with a pair of balances. The Libra is the scales. And it specifically has a horse that comes with scales. And then the Capricorn Baphomet, of course, is the pale horse who was death, and hell follows him. Because, as I've said 100 times, Capricorn is the sign of Satan. Materialism, wealth, corporations, government, money, tyranny. Okay? And all the horsemen of the apocalypse represent some zodiacal sign, y'all. This isn't a game. Or you think, oh, Shakespeare didn't write Bacon, or Bacon didn't write Shakespeare. Well, here's all of Shakespeare's signatures. And notice how none of them are actually spelled correctly once you can make out the letters. It's like Shakespeare, Shakespeare. It's never Shakespeare, as it is written in the 1623 First Folio, which, by the way, is the 400th anniversary. It's 2023. And the First Folio of Shakespeare came out 1623. At the same time as Francis Bacon's Organum, Novum Organum, or something like that. I don't know Latin, so I can't read it in Latin. I have to read it in Greek. It came out 400 years ago, y'all. This is the year to expose this stuff. Okay? And it happens to be the year where I'm perfecting my knowledge, finding Alan Green's sonnet pyramid codes, finding Bacon in the Bible codes. This is the year, y'all, for this kind of stuff. So buckle your seatbelts, dude. I think we're good. Oh yeah, one last narcissistic thing. I was watching the Cyberpunk credits. I think it was Cyber, and it has Ben, Allen, Villa, and Ferguson. Those are lots of my name. Benjamin Allen Fargy. I was born in Fargy, and then Benjamin Allen Villars. So I just think it's all weird how it's kind of cooped up here. Oh, and it says paradise right there. Cool. Because I'm trying to get y'all there, y'all. I'm not saying I'm gone. I most likely will not be raptured because I'm full of sin. I'm full of pride. And I drink too much. And I have evil thoughts that I'm trying to work on. Maybe that's why God had me sick. I think I had something called labyrinthitis for the whole week. Like I literally just woke up and my head was spinning like I was in a merry-go-round for 5 minutes straight. If I looked straight, everything would veer to the right. I know I had labyrinthitis. I went to the ER. They said it was just dizziness and alcohol withdrawal. I was like, I drink a normal amount of alcohol. I did not binge. I did not have a hangover. I went 24 hours after the day I drank. Anyway, that's personal. But anyway, I had labyrinthitis for a full week, y'all. And trust me, you don't want that. You stand up and you're literally wobbling. I couldn't even drive for a full week, y'all. Luckily, I had just gotten groceries. Okay? I don't know what else to say. Anyway, I hope y'all have a great day. Wake up, shut up, and listen. Stop giving your opinion just because you have one. I have opinions, but it comes after years of study. People want to post YouTube, get attention. It's like this culture is so prideful and narcissistic. They want attention, but they don't know what to do with it once they get it. Like they'll make a weird noise so you look there, or they'll cough or sneeze so you look at them. And then when you look at them, say, Okay, you have the center stage. Now what? Then they get all like deer in headlights. People are taught to want attention and be prideful and be a fucking nuisance. But then once they have the mic, they don't know what to do with it. And I'm the opposite. I don't want attention, but I'm the kind of person who needs the mic. I'm the kind of person who wants to show you this stuff. And the type of person who can show you this stuff, okay? Alright, we're good. Y'all take it easy. And sorry I didn't post a video for a while. Usually I have like a week in between, but it was 2 weeks because I was sick. Blah, blah, blah. Poor me. Alright, y'all take it easy. And God, I love fall. Oh, I just love it. I love the winter and the fall, like, because it was 100 degrees for 2 months straight in Texas. So I'm like, yes, get me out of this heat. Y'all take it easy.